Welcome to the unboxing of Thunderstone Quest. This is a big box, it's a big game, it's a deck builder. I have played it, it is open, so it doesn't have the shrink wrap on it, but I put the components back in the order roughly that they're in. So there is another second big box, Thunderstone Quest, which is the Barricades version, which is has an extra two player boards, so it's expanded up to 6 players. This version is 2 to 4 players with everything in it. So let's get to it. We'll tip it so we can sort of see. First we'll see the front artwork. I really like the artwork, very cartoony but very solid and serious stuff as well. Let's look at each of the sides of this big box. It's a mammoth box. You can see there, beautiful artwork, just glorious. It pops out at you. Has a big table presence, big presence on the bookshelf as well, or your Kallax IKEA shelving if you're using that. And you can see there the stats. It is for for 2 to 4 players, about an hour and a half, maybe a bit longer, a bit shorter depending. Playing time, and for ages 14 and up. All the artwork on each side is different. Let's go to the back, pop that down there. We can see the total box contents you've got there. You can pause that and read that yourself. Quickly going through it, basic cards plus dividers, 4 quests, 6 dungeon room tiles, randomizers and dividers, 1 quest with 245 cards, 3 dungeon room tiles, randomizers, dividers, village board, 4 player boards, as I said, 2 to 4 players, 140 wooden tokens, 5 6-sided dice, a rule book, quest book, plastic figurines, and 1 wilderness tile. That's sort of what it looks like when it's played. You've got this play map or board there, and some tiles down the side, your personal play board there with cards that you put on it. Okay, so let's open it up, flip it over. And there's a lot of suction. I just have to release it gently. It comes up towards you as the cover comes off. On the inside, no printing on the inside. We'll put the top of the box over to one side. We've got this great insert lift out handle. You can see there, there's sort of a material which pulls out that top bit, and then you've got your cards underneath. But let's go through what's in the top first of all. We've got our rule book. It is a big rule book. It fits nicely. It is, let's see, page numbers 23 just there. So 24 pages, including the back reference guide. It shows the artwork there. It is the rule book. You can see it is glossy. It is well produced. It is well designed. You can see there. So it starts off with the credits. It's got a nice table of contents so you can quickly find information if you want. The objective of the game, unpacking the box, is a section for that in itself. Setting up your player area. I'll just quickly go through this, setting up the village and the dungeon. You can see there how it's set out. Nice illustrations to help you in that respect. We've got the guild's quarters. We have the marketplace. We have, just straighten that up a little bit, my OCD. Sometimes I see it, sometimes I don't. Starting the game, the turn sequence. We'll then go on to the dungeon phase, monsters. You can see nice examples there. It's got numbers. I'll bring that closer so you can see it. It's got numbers on the cards. For example, 2 there. If we go to 2, we see there it's the health value. So it's all very nicely laid out for you so you can find things easily and play the game easily. Just love that about all modern games. We've got the dungeon rooms there. We have the treasures. Treasures have, see there, examples of the treasure cards. They'll usually either say treasure cache, or they'll have this gold coin down the bottom of the card that you can see there. So they're the treasures. Page 14, game end and winning conditions. Side quests, legendary cards, and guild sponsorship cards. Experience points. More ways to play to random it up. And once you've played the base game, you definitely can vary it up and go your own way. Campaign mode. What's different in this? If you played Thunderstone, and this is Thunderstone Quest. A bit of explanation about some of the terms that are there. You can see there. an FAQ at the back for frequently asked questions that continues, and a campaign log if you want to write in your book. I'm not a keen gamer to do that. I like all my stuff quite pristine and to look unused. Maybe that's in case I want to move it along or play it again with a different group, but I do keep my records on file on my phone. Anyway, that's the rule book. Let's look at the quest book. A meteor book, actually. A lot more in this. You can see the guys in the front have seen better days. That's our quest book. This one is 44 pages. Let's go through this reasonably quickly again. The introduction about the quest, the contents, what you see there, how to use the book with the treasures, and the setup of the board game. So to be used in conjunction with the rule book, obviously. Chapter 1, A Mirror in the Dark. We've got the things that you need for that, and they are all put together in the box, as we'll see in a moment, although A Mirror in the Dark has been opened and sorted, and you'll see that, as I said, in a moment. So we've got the heroes, the items, the spells, weapons, monsters, guardian, treasures, monsters 2, listed there, the dungeon rooms, monsters level 3, and other stuff which is needed for this chapter. So each chapter has its own series of campaigns, I guess you want to call them. Mirror in the Dark, the first one is Rumblings from the Past. It shows you the actual cards you'll need and the items you'll need there, as well as the spells and the weapons and the monsters and the guardian that you'll need, as well as the room tiles. And it just shows it all beautifully printed out there, so nothing's left to chance. Chapter 2, One Door Opens. We'll continue going through this. Along Came a Spider. Chapter 2, Total Eclipse of the Sun. I think you'll find I've still got those cards in their shrink wrap, so that I won't be able to show you all of those today. Total Eclipse of the Sun. I'll show you those cards another time. This is the adventure card list for Total Eclipse of the Sun, Into the Forest. A Queen's Burden. We have Chapter 3, Risen from the Mire. The whole card list there. Forgotten Purpose, The Sleepers Awaken, A Scream from Beyond, Chapter 4, At the Foundations of the World. All very similar, very well presented. You can see all the cards there. One Step Behind, The Defender Ascends, and the epilogue, Ripples in Time. We've got Chapter 1 for Ripples in Time. Might actually only be Chapter 1 for the epilogue, although it's Part 2. So Part 1 and Part 2. And which guardians have you defeated? You can. There's a space there for check boxes once you've beaten them at different levels, so level 4, 5 and 6. Guardian of the Sun, Barlock, the Flesh Weaver, Miracell, Scion Defender, and Death Sentinel. Got some notable moments. Again, if you want to write in the quest book, you can, or you can just take a notepad. And that is the quest book. Nice heavy piece, and the whole box itself is quite heavy. Let's bring out the board. This isn't the player board, this is the common board. I'll put that on its side so you can see that. In fact, no, I'll put it that way. So it's two-sided. If I flip it over, we can see here, this side, it has all the spaces for the bazaar, the marketplace. On this side it says weapon, spell, and then you can put any either weapon, spell or item there, any weapon, spell or item there, and 2 spots for items down there. The temple, the shop of arcane wonders, monster decks, you can see they're labelled monster deck 1, 2 and 3, and it shows you the parts of the dungeon, the wilderness, dungeon rooms level 1, dungeon rooms level 2, and dungeon rooms level 3. So the difference between the two sides, see how it says cleric, fighter, rogue? On the other side, you don't get that writing there. So you can set it up whatever way you want and not be intimidated by the writing. It looks a lot cleaner that way. You do have the iconography for the iron rations, for the lanterns, and for the health potions that are there. It does still say monster deck though there, and it tells you the dungeon rooms on the side there. So a nice sturdy board, good thickness of the card. You can see there as it's going through. I'll put that over the other side. Now we have our player boards. There are 4 of them. That's next. You can see there. The reverse side is just black, doesn't have anything on it. Let's have a quick look at the player boards. They fold in half. They're good, sturdy card with a coating, fabric, sort of light fabric coating on it. You can see we've got place for our side quests, guild sponsorships, the hit points. A little explanation you can see there of what you do when you're in the village or what you do when you're in the dungeon. Your player deck and your discard pile. Remember, it is a deck builder. So those are the 4 player boards that you get in this box. Now, let's have a look at some of the components. As I said, this has been played and opened. So we get 5 dice, and these are nice, thick, juicy, extra large size dice. Normal dice would probably be about maybe half to 2/3, let's say 2/3 the size of these dice. So they are good dice. They feel good in the hand, large numbers. You're not going to miss the numbers on the roll even at that distance. We have, let's go wooden tokens. We've got iron rations there. Looks like bread, but they are iron rations. Very good quality. There we've got lanterns in yellow. They look a little bit like meeples, but they are in fact lanterns, so you can go through the dungeon and deeper into the dungeon. We have blue potions, health potions to help you restore and get back health. We have our wound tokens, and they go on the player board. We can see there are hit points. You might be able to see the shape of that. And you just place wound tokens. You can see a similar shape there over each of those spaces when you get the wounds. Finally, we have, if I missed some, I might have put them elsewhere actually. We have Thunderstones. So these are our Thunderstones, which double as experience points. There are supposed to be grey ones. I'm not too sure what I've done with them. I think I see them. Going all the way over the other side of the room. And unless I'm blind, I thought I had them in that box. Shouting across the room. So I can't see the grey Thunderstones. So there we go. We have some more. The grey ones would represent 1 Thunderstone. The black ones represent 5 Thunderstones. So those are our Thunderstones there. I'll chuck them in the box. There are plastic bags for them, but when you get the second barricades mode, there's a nice handy storage tray for that. So highly recommended to get both big boxes if you can afford it straight away. Let's have a look at the minis that come in this. So there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And again, this is in Kickstarter edition, which I think might be special. I'm not too sure, but retail hopefully have the same. For a bit of choice there, you can see there. Bring that one up so you can see it. It's a nice level of detail. Hopefully that's coming through on your screen. So we've got that one. We have this one. You can see there. Nice hero. See on the base as well. We have one with an axe, and you can see I'm pulling them out. They're not that bendy, not too brittle, so definitely sturdy for what they are as miniatures. Let's get some of these down the bottom. Some sort of dagger, thief, rogue type of character wielding 2 daggers. Get this one out as well so you can see it. Oops. There it is. So a bit of a staff on the back. So nice detail on that. You can definitely paint these up. I'm not a painter, but I'm trying to find someone who could paint them up for me. You can see there another character, a traveller and adventurer. You can see there. So those are the minis that come with this. Like I said, I'm not too sure if maybe some of the minis might be in the other, but I think they all come with this standard version. You don't have to get the Barricades mode big box to get all of those. I love the packing. They've got some packing foam there. I've actually written their felt foam to put there so that I can remember that. Let's take out these tiles. They are a nice thickness of tile. Again, I'll just sort of show you that thickness that's there. And they are sturdy. They are sturdy as. So let's go through these tiles. We have level 1 mine. We have a level 3 throne room, an abandoned gate. And you can see the matte finish that's on that. And I actually prefer the matte finish. Some people don't, but I do. So it's not too glossy. You can see again the artwork is just glorious. It evokes being in these places. The sunken well, a level 2 tile. And it's got all the iconography around. That's a lantern you get if you successfully defeat a monster in this room. It takes 1 light or 1 lantern to get down there, and the monster will have +1 on its health to try and kill it. The servant's tomb, the sunken graveyard, the blood altar room, the water temple, the fire temple, the celestial temple, and the air temple, and finally the earth temple. This is all what you get in the base game. This box here, the crypt, the vault, the fairy meadow. You can see fairies in the meadow there. Tree house, elven ruins, the ominous looking road, the hollow tree, the elven outpost, the alchemy chamber, the bog, the lich's tomb, the fire chasm, the dangerous passageway, and the gate cavern. So those are all of our dungeon main tiles. Put them to one side. And this is our wilderness tile. There's our wilderness tile. You can see on the back for these other tiles I just showed, the other back just has the levels. The wilderness tile is double-sided though. You can see there. I haven't checked out to actually see what the difference is in the two sides. You can see the spoils written down there. And that side looks very similar to me. So I flip it that way. It looks almost identical. I'm going to say it's identical. It may or may not be. You can pause it, have a look yourself. So that's the wilderness tile that's there. Let's just put that back. I'm going to put this back. As I said, I've written down in pencil where these all go. Not that it's that hard to remember. Put those there. We'll put the player boards back on top to make some room on the table, as well as these. Here we go. Now, see, just lift that off and put it to one side and put it up the top there. Okay, so inside we have these great boxes, and there's plenty of room for expansion material, as you can see down both of these sides. I have opened some of them, and you can see there they've been put out, and that's for the very first campaign in the quest. And then these are still in their shrink wrap. You can see here, Ripples in Time, the first chapter that's there. And then this one will be At the Foundations of the World, level 1. This one is At the Foundations of the World, level 2 cards. So because I haven't played them yet, I haven't opened them. But you can open them all if you want to. I'm just have chosen not to. At the Foundations of the World, level 3. We have here Ripples in Time, chapter 3. We have here Risen from the Mire, chapter 3. And we've got this little handy tray as well, where you could put some of your pieces if you so desire. And they actually sits on top of these cards when you get them brand new. But you can see there, in fact, there are 2 trays here, so you can have a couple of trays around the table with your pieces for people to take. I'll put those trays to one side. They're fairly good. They're a little bit flimsy on the edge, but they are long. They do the job, put it that way. So I'm happy with them. And also, as you can see, they've got Thunderstone written in them. Okay, let's take out this box, put that to one side. Let's take out this other box. As you can see, they have, again, foam in it, which helps to bulk up the box if you need to do so because you've got space. You see foam right here as well. I'm going to take this one, put it like that, so you can see it a little bit. So I'm going to take this just out the front here. So what we've got here is we have these, I'm going to call them divider cards, but really they're randomizer cards. This one is a divider for guardians, and you can see the guardian I've got here is Smorga the Queen. That's a double-sided card. On the reverse side it has a giant rat. This one lives in the wilderness as a giant rat, and then you flip it over at the end of the game to get Smorga the Queen. You can see there she comes in 3 levels, level 4, 5, 4, 5 and 6, and each of those has different stats in terms of the number of wounds that they do. They all have 8 hit points though, and you can see there it's just the level of wounds they do to you there, as well as the amount of experience you get from that, and they each give 1 treasure. We have some basic cards, so I'm going to put that there. Turn these over. So these are the basic cards. They each come in their own plastic, like I showed you before. Basic card set 1, set 2, set 3. A Mirror in the Dark, set 1, set 2, and set 3 have all been opened. Ripples in Time has not. So Ripples in Time cards are still there. You can see there the Guardians, we have Smorga the Queen on that card there. So what am I going to do? I'm going to put that back like that. I'm going to put that actually in another box off to the side here. You can see me do that. So let's see what these randomizers actually are. The randomizers, if you want to play a game where they don't tell you what to play, then what you do is you just take each of these cards and you shuffle them, and you peel off the top 3, say for example, and that they'll be the spells that you have. You'd have the Fire Bell if that was on top, the Form of the Juggernaut if that's next, and then Moonlight. Let's just go quickly through some of these for the first storyline quest. So we have Fireball, we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 of those. We have Form of the Juggernaut, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So I think we have 9 of each. Form of the Juggernaut there. We have also Moonlight. I'll just show you there, bring it up close. We have Magic Missile. We have Darkfire Touch. Future Vision. And then we have the randomizer cards for the other quests. You can see here there's the symbol there for the quest storyline in the top, and so you can see Death Pact is for this next storyline, Mirror Image, Tempest, True Seeing, Arcane Aurora, Charm Monster, Enchant Weapon, Vampiric Touch, Nature's Fury, Lightning Bolt, Consecration, Arcane Touch, Creeping Death, Frostbolt, Mind Control, Summon Storm. So we've got those. Try and put them back in more or less the order I got them out, because I think I did try and have them in alphabetical order. We all try and do that. Most gamers try and do that. Let's look at weapons in this box. Weapon randomizer, I've discussed that. We have our short sword. We have our short bow. We have our short spear. Rapier, hand axe, hammer, maul, battle axe, boomerang, crystal dagger, holy mace, broadsword, crossbow, flail, two-handed sword, cursed mace, king's sword, long spear, Magi Staff, Quarterstaff, Punching Dagger, Longsword, and the Longbow. So that's our weapons. Put that one there. We now have our item randomizers for the items. A randomizer for the items. Sorry, say that correctly, Phil. So we have our Amulet of Infravision. We have Necklace of Dawn, Psionic Annals, Gem of Healing, Tome of Knowledge, Crystal of Scrying, Holy Symbol, Potion of Stamina, Ring of Learning, Damilu Husky, Daramir's Cloak, Potion of Light, Ring of Proficiency, Amulet of Power, Lightstone Gem, Nature's Amulet, Ring of Spell Storing, Wand of Light, Strength Gauntlets, Headband of Intellect, and Elven Ring. So there are items. Now let's look at the heroes that we have. I'll get the first lot out. So that's these here. The hero randomizers is there, and these are the heroes actually in. They get Hawkswood, Stormhand, Pylorian, Eldon. Let me just put those over there and do this. Actually, confusing myself a little bit. We have Hawkswood, Stormhand, Pylorian, Edlin, Scythian, Outlands, the Yellow Knight, Stalker, Silverhelm, and Gorlander. Put them there. Let's go through top half of these. We have the Yellow Knight. There's Outlands, Edlin again, Stalker, Silverhelm, and Gorlander. Continuing Stormhands cards are there. You can see they're actually different levels as well. So that's level 1, level 2, and level 3. So you actually get, let's do this properly with the next one after Stormhand. So this is Hawkswood. So level 1, we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So 8 level 1s. You'll always get 8 level 1s, I believe. Level 2, there'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So it halves. And then level 3, that's the top level, the best hero, you'll get 2. So it's 8, 4, 2 is the way it goes. That was Hawkswood. There's Pylorian. There is Scythian there. Okay, so if I put, how did I do that? Put that one on top there. And then that lot goes on top there. Trying not to confuse myself. That's okay. I'll go back and redo them if I have to. Putting them carefully into the box. So let's get out the remainder of the heroes that have not been opened yet. Arcanian, Erd. I just love the artwork. The artwork is so good in this. Donatic, Rigian, Terrakian, Varus, Cephalist, Gendarme, Feline, Erlingle, Brimstone, Avania, Stormskull, Moonblades, Jadris, Onomane, Grimwolf, Darkrend, Regalan, Nimblefingers, Markanan, Linsha, Darameric, and Baharan. We'll put those at the back of this box. Just back at the back there. So that goes through that set that I've already half opened, so you can get a feel for it. Let's have a look at this set now. So we've got, I've got my at the front here, the starting decks for each player already sorted. So you can see that starting deck says starting deck on the back there, but on the other side it says player 1 starter cards, player 2 starter cards, player 3 and player 4. So I've already sorted those out. Let's have a look at the starter cards themselves. So we have Adventurer. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 in your starter deck. You have Dagger ×2. You have a Lantern ×2. And you have a Thunderstone Shard ×2. So 4 sets of those. Put them back at the front. You can see this nice foam piece that helps to separate, so it can be a bit squishy, which is good. We have our Guardian sets up next, so Guardian keys. So we get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 keys. We put 3 in one deck, 3 in level 3 deck, 2 in level 2 deck, and 1 in level 1 deck. That is an end game condition, so that you then can fight your last monster. Let's see what the unopened ones are here. Ripples in Time level 2. Now we're going to look at, what have we got here? Festering Wound cards. So you get a fair few of these. Festering Wounds, they're all the same. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. It looks like 24 Festering Wounds. You can go back to the beginning and make sure that's what they wrote on the box. Put that one in there. The next unopened deck is Total Eclipse of the Sun 1, Chapter 1. And we have here our legendary cards. So legendary cards, we have Dancing Sword, Vampire Minion. We have a couple of those, 1, 2, 3 of those. Vampire Acolyte, 1, 2, 2 Vampire Lord, we've got one of those. Alpha Prince, we have a Butterfly, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 of those. We have Morgan's Axe, one of those. One Wand of Wonder, one of those. Orb of Light, one of those. Balok's Hand, one of those. And a Blood Drinker. So they were the legendary cards. Next up, almost there. Total Eclipse of the Sun, Pack 2, very thick, lots of cards, I love it. Next up we have side quests and guild sponsorships. So let's turn them over actually. So let's go through the guild sponsorships. Healer's Order, Thieves Guild, Healer's Order again, Healer's Order. Another one, Thieves Guild, a few more there. Mages Guild, 1, 2, 3, 4. Warriors Guild, 1, 2, 3, 4. So those are the guilds that we have for the guild sponsorships. The side quests that we have here: find a dance partner, experience pays, find the magic hand, find Morgan's axe, find the orb, rescue the prince, scars of battle, finding the chaos stick, stick to the basics, arcane studies, the dragon's hoard, find blood drinker, consistency is king, taste of blood, ready for anything, jack of all trades. So put those back. My voice is going, I can feel it going. I've been doing a few of these today. Total Eclipse of the Sun. And we have treasure cards. I think I mentioned before, treasure cards either say treasure case, but you can see they all have the gold coins down the bottom, which separates them apart from the other cards. They all have the same back though, just like every other Thunderstone Quest card. Treasure cards, treasure cache, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. there's some more here. 7, 8, 9 by the looks of it. Bit of an odd number, normally 10, that's okay. So let's have a look at the treasure cards. Prismatic Spray, Stormland Mirror, there's a Guardsman, Boots of Speed, Rod of Teleportation, Protection from Wounds, that'd be a good one, Firebrand, Enduring, Apothecary, Wandering Healer, Flying Death, Grognard, Lurker, Miracel, Possessed Elf, and the Hero's Ring. They are all treasures. So there's a space for them on the playboard as well. Getting to the end now, Risen from the Mire 1. And I'll just take all of these out from the back here. Resting that precariously. So these are our monsters that are in the game, Thunderstone Quest. This is the randomizer. So these are the monsters, randomizer cards. As I said before, you can shuffle them and just like take a few out at random. Here we have Ancient Adventurers, Spider Terrors, and Kobold Skirmishers for the first group. Let's look at these. Blackrock Bandits, Danon, Gragath, Blister, Belladonna, 2 of those, and Amara, 2 of those. You can see there, it tells you how many, just so you can make sure. Kobold Skirmishers, got Kobold Grunts, Kobold Hero, Grunt again, Kobold Shaman, Kobold Warrior, another Shaman, another Warrior, Kobold Hero, Kobold Snatcher, and we can see there the Skirmisher Divider card. Lovely artwork, great artwork. Shows you again what's in the Kobold group. Goblin Grunts this time. We've got the Goblin Shaman, Goblin Potion Tester, the Grunts, the Goblin Potion Tester, Goblin Warrior, Goblin Eton, and the Goblin Berserker. We've seen the Shaman already. You can see there the list of goblins. Spider Terrors, Trapdoor Spider, Demon Spider, Sword Spider, Trapdoor Spider, Cankerous Spider, Phase Spider, and the Demon Spider. Spider Terrors list. Put that down. Hobgoblin Brutes is next. Hobgoblin Brutes, the Sergeant, the Scrapper, the Direwolf Rider, the Direwolf Master, the Hobgoblin Sergeant, Hobgoblin Lieutenant, Hobgoblin Scrapper, and the Direwolf Rider again. There's the list of Hobgoblins. Ancient Adventurers, Samuel the Cleric, Venk the Rogue, Karthos the Sorcerer, level 3, very hard to kill. Lib the Fighter, Samuel the Cleric, Karthos the Sorcerer, Lib the Fighter, Alfrenia the Ranger. And our Ancient Adventurers list is there, 2 of each. Goblin King's Guard, we've got the Goblin King's Guard, Stone Giant, Goblin Sycophant, Goblin King, Stone Giant, Bugbear Elite, more Stone Giant, Bugbear Elite, Goblin Queen, Bugbear Elite. So there you go. They're not quite 2 of each, but there's the list. Corrupted Centaurs. Haven't opened those, so let's just go through what we see here. Corrupted Centaurs. We got the Chiron, Dicevos, Phalai, Gyrus, and Polkan. We get the Tree Folk. We've got the Foundational Keepers, Corrupted Elves, Woodland Sprites, Twisted Creatures, Ensnaring Vines, Bog Zombies, More Skeletons, Chaos Lizards, Swamp Spirits, Marsh Trolls, Knoll Raiders, Doom Knights, Minions of Chaos, Torments, Ancient Worms, Ancient Protectors, Water Servitors, Air Servitors, Fire Servitors, the Earth Servitors, the Divine Founders, and finally the Abyssal Founders. Look at that artwork, so good. So that, my friends, is everything that you get in this box. I don't think I've left anything out. Hopefully you've seen it all. I'll put these back where they belong there. Remember, these fit nicely. Good way to store everything. Put them back. Put these two back. Put top back there. I should actually put these in there. You can see a place for everything. And this is just really something fantastic about this game. Its storage is really, really good. It's ace. It's exceptional. I'm really happy with the storage that you get with this. Put that one in there, that one over. Put the top back on. Oh, I've left some cards out on the side there. That's okay. Put that back on. A lot of air pressure resisting that. So you've now seen what's in the box. If it's a game you think you'd like, it's got a lot of components. It is a heavy box. It has presence on the game table and on your shelving. It is a good game. It's a solid game to play. I have played it. Go out, get it if you like this type of game. Thunderstone Quest. It's a deck builder. As always, if you did like this, you found it useful or helpful, please give it the thumbs up, subscribe to the channel, it helps me out. Also share it with your friends so they can see what's in the box as well, get some ideas. I might do a few more videos, maybe write in the comments what you'd like to see from this game or other games. I do plan on doing things like tactics, more in-depth analysis, but at the moment the channel is going to be a basic channel to start off with. I'm going to unbox a lot of the boxes that I have, show you what's in them all, because I find that helpful. When you go to a game shop, you don't know what's in the box. You've got to, just sort of trust and guess. Sometimes that works. A lot of the time it does work, but sometimes it doesn't, which is why I'm doing this series for you. So thank you for that. Enjoy your gaming. Look, really enjoy your game. Have fun. Don't make it a chore. Have fun. And make it fun for other people as well when you introduce them. This is LeMonde signing off. Thank you for watching.